Unafraid, Reister or wrong, George Reister here, your man. Thank you guys for joining me. We're going to have a great day. The greatest Unafraid show of all time is back today. Greatest of all time. What we got up for you guys today is the College Football Playoff Committee is meeting today. They're getting ready to put out their rankings at 12 noon on Sunday. Getting ready to try to put my Alabama in, and they're going to make me go crazy, but I'll bring the latest on you for that as well. The latest with Jimbo Fisher going to Texas A&M. I'm the last man on the ledge saying he's staying at Florida State, but I'm going to give you some reasons why, if he does leave, why he would leave. Willie Taggart, though, there is no, I am unequivocal. I am unwavered in saying and believing and knowing that Willie Taggart will not be leaving the Oregon Ducks this year. Tiger Woods is back playing meaningful golf, and I am excited. I could not be any more happy with what's going on with Tiger Woods. The last thing up, though, before we even get started with any of that, got a crazy story for you. I don't know if you have heard, but there are these dudes who got arrested in Thailand from San Diego. They call themselves on Instagram, they call themselves the Traveling Butts. Yes, the Traveling Butts. So it's a couple from San Diego. Gonna give you all the information. It's a gay couple from San Diego. Don't know what them being gay has to do with the story. However, it is part of the facts. Their names are Travis Ty and Joseph Da Silva. And what they do is they travel all around the world in front of historical landmarks and important places around the world, and they take pictures with their asses hanging out, with the butts hanging out. And I mean, they pull down their pants and get somebody to snap a picture of them. I don't know who they're getting to take these pictures, but they do. The problem is here, they chose the wrong location this time because they're in Thailand. And not only did they just choose some random place in Thailand that's popular, whether you're in, wherever you are, they chose to do their traveling butts picture in front of like this historical Buddhist temple in Thailand. And this goes into the stupid awards. I mean, if you thought that the UCLA dudes stealing in China was a bad idea, Thailand is one of like the top 8 countries that you don't want to commit a crime in. And also that you don't want to be doing stuff like this in. So they took the picture, posted it on Instagram. Somebody apparently sees it. They get caught at the airport trying to leave. They get arrested for indecent exposure. And not only are they being charged with indecent exposure, they are also charged with indecent exposure in front of a religious place. And I quote from the from the Taiwanese government. It says, a gay American couple who authored the Instagram page Traveling Butts has been arrested at the airport for taking photos showing their backsides with the respected Temple of Dawn. A deputy spokesman for immigration police said that they would not be charged with normal public indecency charge. Instead, they would be charged with committing indecency in a place which carries a long jail term. This is a reminder that everyone should have respect for the Thai religion and culture. Listen, these dudes screwed up. I mean, they screwed up royally. Because at the point in time, I mean, like I get that you have your little stick, that it's all fun and games to, you know, to have your little thing. Oh, we travel around showing our butts. Yeah, cool. You got to choose your locations very carefully. You got to know where you are in the world. Don't try that in Iran, Saudi Arabia, none of that. You're going to get jammed up, buddy. Telling you that right now. That is a bad, that was a horrible decision. Whichever one of the two of them was like, oh, yeah, let's do this in Thailand. Oh, yeah, that was an epic fail. But now we can get to the getting to. You guys swipe up, share the feed now. Share it now so we can get going. First thing up that we got up is So the college football, well, actually, we'll go with the latest Jimbo Fisher rumors and news and all that. I tweeted out, I said that Jimbo Fisher leaving Florida State to Texas A&M speculation is insane. He's not leaving. People aren't realizing how much it will cost. His buyout is likely at least $10 million to leave. Plus, Texas A&M is supposed to pay him $7 million a year or $7.5 million a year over 10 years. Not happening. So I said that. And apparently, obviously, I'm the last man standing with the opinion that he's not leaving. And so up to date, so last night things like escalated even more because there was a plane. There was a plane that was in Tallahassee that was owned by a Texas A&M booster, that a Mitsubishi M2 is a twin prop plane. It was scheduled to leave Tallahassee at 4:45 this morning, and people thought that Jimbo Fisher was getting on that plane. It was a little bitty plane, twin prop, not happening. 6 hours to get to College Station. I knew he wasn't getting on that plane. But, however, things have escalated because there's a second plane that's owned by Robert L. Arbitron, Arbritton, is the CEO of Mayfair Investments and a member of the Texas A&M Board of Regents. Those are the people that make all the decisions at Texas A&M, and they are the ones that have all the pocket full of money. And so now everybody is speculating. They're watching these private plane monitors. And truth be told, I didn't realize. I knew that college football fans were like scary and stalkerish, but the fact that they are tracking private planes in and out of the city, I love it. I love the commitment. I love the fanaticism, if you will let me say that. I mean, because that's pretty fantastic. And then, so I listed out in the tweet the reasons why I thought that Jimbo Fisher was not going to leave. I thought it was going to be just way too financially cumbersome for Texas A&M. And then the contract they're talking about, 10 years, $75 million. It's absolutely outrageous, not happening. But as I remembered, I Googled Jimbo Fisher. I was like, I remembered he was getting a divorce or something like that, right? So then that got me to reading up even more. So Jimbo Fisher, like, here's a reason why you might want to leave Tallahassee if you are Jimbo Fisher. His ex-wife, now ex-wife, allegedly cheated on him with two men. Taylor Jacobs, who used to be the wide receiver at Florida. Not Florida State, but Florida. And played in the NFL for a second. And then also with this dude named Owen Long. And Owen Long is he was like a big-time tennis player at Florida State. And they're just regular people out in the community in Tallahassee now. And his wife may have cheated on him. And the reason why this speculation is probably true is because what happened is they were getting a divorce. And then all of a sudden, what happened? It settled when they were going to depose her. When Jimbo Fisher's lawyers were going to depose his wife, Cindy, and ask her for the text messages to Taylor Jacobs and to Owen Long and any pictures, screenshots, call logs, any of that, they settled the divorce the next day. I found that interesting. So where there's smoke, there's fire. But I'm going to tell you this. For some reason, I believe in my gut. I just do. I think that Jimbo Fisher wants to stay at Florida State. I think that this is a power play for Jimbo Fisher to get new facilities, which Florida State has been balking at doing. That's going to hurt them with getting their newest coach, because that's going to be a problem because they're going to want new facilities. Everybody's got new facilities. But the thing I think that Texas A&M fans are really, really like denying to themselves and lying to themselves about is the fact that they believe that Texas A&M is like Alabama-like or Florida State-like. No, it's not. That is not Texas A&M. It's a good college, but however, if you were to equate it to another conference, they would be Nebraska in the Big Ten, because Nebraska used to be fantastic. I'm talking about what they are now. Nebraska of the Big Ten or Arizona State of the Pac-12. That's who they would be. But they think for some reason that College Station is, some like desirable location, and that they have this history that everybody wants to come there. That's the truth. I mean, when you look at what Kevin Sumlin was doing at Texas A&M, the man was winning at least 8 games every year. That means that you are on the verge of breaking through. You just joined the SEC from the Big 12 not too long ago. And the fact that you are competitive every year, yeah, that's a good thing. That means that you are on the verge. I mean, that's craziness. I mean, it's just craziness. I get that you like Jimbo Fisher. I get that you think that your university is Alabama, but don't believe for 1 second that just because Jimbo Fisher walks through that door, that all those 10 wins that he brings every year are going to translate with him. That's not true. And Jimbo Fisher's got an ex-wife in Tallahassee, and he's got who cheated on him, and he's got a sick kid. Like, come on, man. I don't know about that. Do not know about that. Because, I mean, that's just a hard deal and tough to do. And the even more interesting part about that is I agree. I do not believe that they should have fired Sumlin. Do not believe that. You fired him prematurely. Is who would replace him? Who would replace Kevin Sumlin at Texas A&M would be Jimbo Fisher, if that works out. And then the question is, who would replace Jimbo Fisher at Florida State? And they're talking about swapping coaches. They're talking about Kevin Sumlin potentially going down to Florida State, or my man that just left Texas, Charlie Strong, replacing him at Florida State. And I find that very interesting, is that the fact that you want to swap coaches, like y'all might as well have traded them. Y'all literally might as well have traded them. Their contracts, all that stuff just swapped out. Everybody would have been better. I mean, and true, I don't think that Jimbo Fisher is a great fit at Texas A&M either. I mean, when you look at the recruiting at Florida State, Florida State kind of recruits itself. They've got a pipeline in their backyard. Jimbo Fisher is not used to recruiting Texas on the same level he is at Florida. He understands those kids. It is totally different. Totally different. Another man's name that's thrown up in Florida State's deal is Willie Taggart. Willie Taggart is the Oregon coach right now, and I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it 10,000 times. Willie Taggart is not leaving Oregon to go to Florida State, at least not this year. It's not happening. And I tried to explain to people that this with Willie Taggart, it's a character issue, because he made promises to Phil Knight. He made promises to people up in Eugene, and that he was not going to be a short-term coach, because they did not want that. They wanted somebody who was going to be there and be stable for a while. And people came at me, oh, but the money. Well, they offered him a new contract with huge incentives for him to stay. And when you look at, and it would be a character issue, he's out on the road recruiting hard right now. If you check his Instagram and Twitter, the man is recruiting his ass off still right now. Jimbo Fisher's kind of dragging his feet with Florida State recruiting. They just lost 3 recruits. But you going to sit here and tell me Willie Taggart is leaving? Nah, buddy. Nah, buddy. Not this year. Not at Oregon, he's not. Maybe 3-4 years from now. But truth be told, like people enjoy stable and good situations. And you have to remember that it's not just about the coach. One of the most important people in coaching decisions is wives and kids. Willie Taggart just moved his kid up to Eugene. He's in high school. His wife has gotten settled there. All of that. And you're going to tell me that because I know me and my wife moved 2 years ago. She's not interested in moving again for a minute. And everybody undersells that. Because if mama not happy, if she don't want to live somewhere, she gonna end up with Taylor Jacobs somewhere. Or y'all gonna be miserable. And you're gonna be looking for a new job anyway. That's just the truth. That is the truth, and you have to admit it. Another coaching search that has gotten quite interesting is Tennessee, the Tennessee Volunteers. I promise you, I do not want Tennessee's coaching search to end until the 11th hour. And in the 11th hour, I want them to hire Lane Kiffin, because there is no more entertaining, literally on a daily basis, than this Tennessee coaching drama saga that is or is not happening. So at first they torpedoed Greg Schiano, which was a national story. That was crazy. They went after Jeff Brom at Purdue. Nope. Dave Dorn at NC State. Nope. Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State. Nope. And then somebody turned down Lane Kiffin, T. Martin, and Steele as their defensive coordinator. So T. Martin would be offensive coordinator. Steele would be the defensive coordinator. And Lane Kiffin would be the head coach. So either John Curry, the athletic director, turned it down and said he didn't want Lane Kiffin, or those guys turned it down. Either way, it is a sad state of affairs. It is. And to watch the drama go on is incredible. You guys make sure you swipe up, share the feed. Because you have people, media personalities, going at each other. That's the best part about it. So if you've never heard of this dude named Clay Travis, look him up at Clay Travis, spelled just like you think it is. So he's a big Tennessee fan. He runs this website called Outkick the Coverage. He has a radio show, national radio show, all of this. And a lot of people listen to this dude. And he's one of the people who helped torpedo Greg Schiano. And you have Joel Klatt, who you see all the time on Fox when you watch college football. Him and Gus Johnson call all the games together, the big games together on Fox. And then Joel Klatt does stuff on Fox Sports 1 as well. And they are in a beef over this Tennessee job. He got on TV, called Clay Travis a Tennessee blogger. He got on TV and said other things about him, and it is hilarious. It is funny. I could not be any more excited about this Tennessee drama. Could not be any more excited about it, because it is drama on a daily basis. The next thing up, though, I will tell you, I am super. I could not. Yesterday, I tweeted out. I said nothing on earth, sports-wise, could ruin my day, because Tiger Woods was back playing meaningful golf. Tiger Woods is back playing meaningful golf, and nothing on earth is more exciting than that. Because I will tell you this, all you people who gave up on Tiger Woods, you guys are dead to me. You're dead to me. Not really, but yeah. You gave up on Tiger Woods. The man was going through his lowest point, and you guys gave up on him. I didn't give up on Tiger Woods. We'll never give up on Tiger Woods. Probably one of the most impactful athletes of all time since, like, Muhammad Ali. He got people of color playing golf, got people caring about the game, transcending it. It is exciting to watch, and I hope he wins more majors, and I'm going with him. I had his back through the divorce, to the scandal, through being lost in the tall grass, withdrawals from tournaments, addiction. Tiger Woods is my man. The last thing up that we got up for today is the college football playoffs. So the college football playoffs are heating up. The committee is meeting today. They are meeting today about getting ready for Sunday's announcement of the college football playoff top 25, but really anybody only cares about the top 4. So the committee's meeting today. And some interesting notes about the committee is this. Some people that sit on the committee actually have conflicts of interest, and they have to recuse themselves if their teams are in the conversation for the top 4. And then after that, who they'll play. And those people are Frank Beamer, who used to be the coach at Virginia Tech. His son is a coach at Georgia. And so that's meaningful. So he would have to recuse himself if Georgia wins the SEC championship against Auburn. You have Gene Smith, who's the athletic director at Ohio State, who clearly has an interest in Ohio State making the playoff if they beat Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship. And then you have athletic director Dan Radakovich, who is the athletic director at Clemson. And when they have to recuse themselves, that means they can't vote or talk about their teams. And I'm telling you, the committee is looking for a way to try to get Alabama in. They want Alabama in. They would like Ohio State in. If they could get both of them, they would find a way to do it. And I find it interesting. So the Pac-12 championship game is today. So I'm wondering how much of an impact is playing on Friday when nobody else is playing going to help USC? Because USC has a better resume than Ohio State, and USC had a better schedule than probably anybody else in the entire country. They played 12 weeks straight, 11 Power 5 teams, and Western Michigan, who won, 13 games the previous season. That's a hell of a schedule. And you're going to sit there and act like they don't deserve to be in? Yeah, no. But the scenarios for some of these teams to get in is very, very interesting. Because the top 4 right now look like Clemson, Auburn, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin. And I've been hearing arguments for days about if Clemson could get in with 2 losses. So that would put Miami with 1 loss, guaranteed in the top 4 because they beat Clemson. And then they're asking, can Clemson still be in the top 4 if they lose another game to Miami? Miami, who doesn't have a good schedule. But then they would play Clemson, and Clemson would lose if they lose a close game, make the playoff. This is the type of, backwards, old thinking. Nothing progressive about this thinking at all. Which just says, okay, let's find a way to get these huge names and the teams that we want. We want Clemson. We want a rematch with Alabama. And then we want Ohio State in. I mean, damn, just put the 4 best teams in and stop trying to find a way to fit a square peg in a round hole. This is just like those investigations out in life when you have, when people get committed, when crimes are committed, and the police, they're like, oh, I know such and such did it. No, you don't. They will find, they find a way to make the evidence fit what they want. And the committee's doing the exact same thing with these teams. They're trying to find evidence to fit the teams that they want in the playoffs. Because the truth of the matter is, the 4 teams that are playing the best football at this point, because the question is always, is it who's playing the best football at this point, or who is the best football, or who's done the most body of work throughout the whole season? Because the teams that are playing the best football right now, Clemson, Auburn, Oklahoma, and Wisconsin. And then you got to add in a side of USC and Ohio State. And then TCU's playing well as well. So and I've said it time and time again, because people are trying to make a case for Alabama to be in because Ohio State got in last year as their non-conference, as not a conference champion. And I've said it so many times. I hate the idea of when you have a 4-team playoff of a team that did not win their conference getting in the playoff. I absolutely hate it. And then they're like, well, they're the better team. No, they're not. If you were the better team, you would have won your conference. It's that simple. Don't give me this crap about, oh, well, they're the better team. I know it. Urban Meyer's the coach. Nick Saban's the coach. Nobody cares about the damn coach. We care about your record. We care about what you did. If you did not win your conference, go fly a kite, especially if you did not have a good schedule, like Alabama does not have this year. They had a weak schedule. So why I don't understand why people are sitting up here trying to defend this. Like, conference champions should be in. There's 5 Power 5 conferences, 4 teams. Conference champion has to be in if you're going to put anybody in. And then after that, then we could potentially talk about a second team after the conference champion is already in. Because under no circumstances am I letting a team in that did not win their conference. Because that's part of your task and part of your job. And if you were that good, you would win your conference. Because to win your conference, you have to beat the teams that all the other teams that the team that beat your conference won. I mean, so then you should have done it. That's the truth. The other thing that I have a problem with the college football playoff is people debating the expansion to 8 teams. Like, the college football committee needs to expand to 8 teams. I mean, it is clear. It makes sense. 5 Power 5 champions. So whoever the 5 teams are that win the conference. And then 3 at-large bids. And one of those at-large bids needs to go to the highest-ranked non-Power 5 school. And this year, that would either be University of Central Florida or Memphis. Whoever wins their conference championship game. That's who it should be. It's crazy to me. People sit up here and try to put Alabama in. They're trying to put Ohio State, trying to put USC, trying to put all these teams in that they are typically used to seeing. They're trying to make their scenario work. And that's not going to work. Tracking this Jimbo Fisher deal, I'm telling you guys this. With Jimbo Fisher, going back for a second, with Jimbo Fisher potentially leaving Florida State. If I am right, I'm telling you guys this. I'm going to gloat. I'm telling you this right now. Do not expect humble G. Do not expect humble G if I'm right about this. Because you guys have been trying to publicly shame me. Some of you guys publicly shame me about standing on the ledge with this one. And I'm telling you, there's something about this that doesn't feel right. Everybody's jumping on it. And I'm telling you, it is weird. It is weird. Whoa. So while all this stuff is going on, Tennessee's athletic director John Curry may be going to Kansas State. Very interesting. Very interesting. That is crazy. Wow. Apparently he didn't really want to be there that much. Somebody wants him. One man's trash is another man's treasure. And apparently, so this is going on real time as I am on with you guys as well. Because here's what's the new thing out right now. Phil Fulmer, who is Tennessee's old head coach, the beloved head coach, the one who coached Peyton Manning, took him to the national championship with T. Martin and won the year after that. So he's been trying to undermine John Curry, athletic director John Curry of Tennessee, in hopes of becoming the athletic director. Wow, I told you guys, this Tennessee coaching saga, there's nothing greater than what's going on at Tennessee right now. It is like watching an episode of Real Housewives or something. You guys need to watch this and watch this move, because this thing is trending all over the place and it is hilarious. It is entertainment. If you guys did not get a chance to see, at the beginning of the video, I talked about an interesting story about the traveling butts from San Diego. This gay couple that got arrested in Thailand for showing their butts at a temple. So yeah, so you guys go back, look at that. You guys, I appreciate your time. Thank you for joining me every day. I appreciate it. Please make sure you like the feed, share it after we get off, and make sure to go to unafraidshow.com. Read all the articles there. I posted a new one about the moves that I talked to you guys about the coaches. Before you fire a coach, the 2 questions that you need to answer. Talked about that. Like, do not think about firing your coach until you answer the Unafraid coaching test. The first question that you got to ask yourself and your university and all this stuff is, can I get a coach that's guaranteed to do better than this one? Can I absolutely get that coach, the one that I want? Tennessee, Texas A&M, not so sure about that right now. And then the second question that you have to ask is there a loss of hope? Can your current coach walk into high school kids' houses and make them believe that the future is brighter than the past? Those are the 2 questions that you have to ask. You can explain it to boosters. You can explain it to the community. I mean, like, this is a test that is foolproof. It is foolproof. So go to Unafraid Show, read up about it. I explain the whole thing, the whole process. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it. Love you guys.